am on a Dickie Overby kick right now. If you don't know Dickie Overby and you play steel guitar, you should, because he takes everything you know about steel guitar and makes it cooler. His right hand is, in my opinion, one of the best to ever do it. And it took me a long time to get on to him. And that's just because I was such a novice in my listening that I was listening for the left hand, what's going on. I'm always a big John Huey fan, and John Huey's left hand is crazy. But whenever you're talking about right hand technique and speed and you're playing shuffles, start getting into the book of Dickie Overby, because you will find stuff to steal, and that's just the way he would have wanted it. So yes, Dickie Overby is the guy. All right, so we are at Camp Jack. This is in Harrison, Arkansas, and it is boomy. No reverb tonight. First gig, it's 10 p.m. and now we're going to our second gig. Woohoo! All right, we just pulled out of our first or second gig of the night, actually. Well, I guess it's technically the first, because I didn't get the first one on film. I feel like an absolute buffoon for not doing that, but you are going to see how far apart these gigs are. We're probably going to play, if I had to guess, probably 10:30 to midnight, and that will be a wrap on this weekend. But who knows? Sometimes I get these calls for these sessions on Sundays, because for whatever reason that's when everybody likes to record stuff. So I'll unpack everything and then try to get back into it. But yeah, it was a fun gig. We had some really, really good moments, I thought. Well-needed moments, in my opinion. Moments of growth, which when you're playing with a new band, it's kind of like, starting over, cutting teeth. It's, you got to get through the painful aspects of it before you can actually get to the enjoyable part, right? So we just pulled up to the Hotel Seville, and that is how far we were from gig to gig. So anyway, pulling right here, express load in, which I love. So anyway, all right, that's it, y'all. We're gonna set up here and play some songs and hopefully learn some stuff. This is a real drum set up here. What are your thoughts?
I have no thoughts. I think that I brought too much to the gig.
Yeah.
just wish that I could have brought my gong and my timpani, you know, for those really big endings.
Dawson, what's your thoughts on the SM7B?
It's a classic. What can I say? It's not bad. I like the RE20 better though.
Starting to forget what this place looks like. It's been like 3 months since we played a 7 South show. So we're going to get together and practice, try to learn some new stuff. Hopefully be somewhat productive.
F even.
How do you feel singing the national anthem in G?
I'm ready, baby.
I don't know that you are.
Say, can you see?
What did you think about the national anthem text?
He smoked it. Smoked it.
It was smoking, all right.
I'd have to squeeze my nuts hard to sing that high.
It gets better. The brave.
I almost wound up in prison in Mexico.
Oh!
Tell the story about Anthony on the bike.
There's not really much to tell. You know, we were playing, everything was going good. Next thing I know, our lead singer's gone. You stepped in, I think, and you know, everything was going great. Then all of a sudden, I see this little bald guy pedaling across the dance floor on a bicycle. And then I didn't see him again for a while, and then he was back on stage. I don't know what happened.
It was this little bald man.
There was a wild stallion named Mongoose, and I had to ride it. I tamed her. She is mine now.
So I hate to bust everybody's balls, but we're really going to have to pack.
All right, it is officially studio time with the new pedal. The PV LTD Session, which is kind of a Session 400 preamp. 1974, and it does the thing. I've demoed it a little bit at a friend's house, but now I'm going to do a full-length demo. And what's the best way to put something through its paces? Use it in the studio. Use it on a record. It's going to be permanent record. So, anyway, we're going to get to it. So one of the things that appealed to me about this pedal is the fact that it can be used as a direct sound. So I'm going to see if I can get a direct sound. That way I don't have to drag all my stuff out. If I can't get a good sound, then I'll go ahead and get the amp and the cab and mic it with the SM7B, the best steel guitar microphone ever, as I've mentioned several times. But yeah, I'm going to give it a try and see what I can get. Just plugging it, going right out of the preamp into a DI box. So I hope I can get a good sound out of it. So anyway, one of the worst things about home recording for me is that I have to set my entire studio up every single time I want to do a recording. Luckily, this artist did me a favor and sent me 3 tracks. So I've got 3 tracks to work on. That makes it feel a little bit more fruitful. Fruitful is the word there. Because, you know, I had to do the entire setup, but I get to record on 3 tracks versus the standard 1. So that is helpful. It's also helpful that I got this Showbud Maverick 2 that does everything I need it to do for studio recording, and is, as far as I'm concerned, it's the best single neck 10-string E9 setup with 3 down and 4 up that I've played. And I've played just about, well, I'm not going to say I've played them all, but I've played a lot of single neck E9s. And this one, as far as consistency, has been very hard to beat. Every time I put it together, I know what it's going to do, which is a gift. The first pedal steel I had was a Frankenstein that somebody had built out of old MSA parts, and it was a pretty good pedal steel, but it was not predictable at all. You might have one show where you didn't have to tune it at all. The next show, you had to tune every song. Your E's may or may not come back in tune after you bent them, and so on and so forth. But this guitar has been incredibly consistent. Guys, the only real gripe that I have with Mac computers is this right here. 2 USB-Cs to run everything off of. So you have to carry around one of these dongles, and if you don't have your dongle, you're just out of luck. So, not a big fan of that. Also, not a big fan of the processing power of these Intel chip Macs. But I need to upgrade. I've been putting it off. So that is her in all of her glory. Alright, so got the bud set up, pedal board, chart, interface, computer. Let's see. And plus, I'm getting a signal. So let's see how good the signal sounds. Guys, not bad at all. I've got a little bit of reverb on there. You can't see, it won't focus. A little bit of reverb, compressor, and channel EQ. With the preamp, sounds good. I will do a little demonstration to show you guys kind of what it sounds like, the tone I'm rocking on this. You guys know how they say your taste buds change every 7 years or something like that? That's kind of proving to be true. Not necessarily, but anyway. Recently, I've been really liking omelets, which is like an egg that makes it a quesadilla. And with this low-carb diet that I'm on, the omelet makes for the perfect delicious breakfast or brunch menu item, because pretty much everywhere has an omelet, and I just get no potatoes. But today I had mine with some chili. Well, I do like chili, but I like chili that doesn't have beans in it. The omelet that I had today had beans in it, so I just survived and advanced. I went ahead and ate the omelet because I was hungry, and it was great. That's all. Just got done packing out with 7 South, and we played tonight at Buckets in Harrison, and it was the best show I've ever played here. I've been playing since this place opened like 4 or 5 years ago, and by far the best show we've ever had here. Just standing room. It was great. Cannot complain at all about how this weekend has gotten off to a start. So let's just hope it continues. I'll see everybody tomorrow. No, for free! Alright, y'all. We had a great outing with 7 South last night. Had a good show. Hoping to repeat the same thing tonight. And I got an excellent recording. So thank you to Zoom recorders for being excellent. Steel first. We just got done playing in Camp Jack there. George is helping me. Appreciate you, bud. Let's do amp and the speaker. Ugh. All right. Fully intact for travel purposes. Next. Seat. I'll meet you over there. All right, George. Thank you, buddy. On to the next one. All right, my antics have finally caught up to me. I'm having to make a makeshift pig tie on the go here. Like that. Surgery going on here? Yeah, electrical engineering shit. going bad. Oh, man, that is frustrating. Well, guys, it has been another lovely weekend playing music. I'm tired though, ready to sleep in my own bed. It's just been on the run. I mean, I'll never turn down session work, but it would be nice if I don't get a session call today. Because usually that's when people call me, is on Sundays. And so I'm crossing my fingers that I can get some rest and just chill out this evening. There was a car wreck over here a while ago. Some dude just ran his car straight into the building. Just literally right into the building. And, you know, who knows? I'm never surprised anymore. We got children watching this program, boy.